Hello there, Brother Charles of Reviewers Revival with you, and today this video presentation is bringing to you FabFilter Pro-L. Stick and stay, don't hit that back button because FabFilter Pro-L is a remarkable mastering grade limiter with a few extra surprises that you will want to know more about. The drum track that we're listening to is courtesy of TuneTrack's Easy Drummer 2, a rather substantial upgrade over the already impressive Easy Drummer product. It comes bundled out of the box with modern and vintage kits. Pop Rock is already installed in my system. The browser page is much like we would find in Easy Keys, and the new search page is convenient for searching grooves or styles. And the mixer view has been updated along with the effects, and it's beautiful to work with. However, the star of today's show is FabFilter Pro-L. Along the top of the interface, we have undo and redo features as well as A/B comparison functionality. A full-featured preset management system featuring subdivided categories: acoustic, clipping, dance, pop, rock, single channel. These are further refined and finely tailored. Our main control is actually the input slider. We can double-click on it as so to manually input a value. The main body of this plugin is where we see the waveform display and can actually see what the limiter is doing. We have 4 algorithms: transparent, punchy, dynamic, and all-arounder. Our look-ahead functionality is rangeable between 0 and 5 milliseconds. And so that this limiter can actually work as a clipper, we can go as low as 0 seconds all the way up to 10 seconds for attack and release. Channel linking for our transient detection as well as release are right here. We have MIDI learn, oversampling and off 2 or 4x modes, dithering options for 16-bit all the way up to 24-bit. We can choose none, basic, optimized, or weighted features, dithering features that is. There's our global bypass button, and right alongside of it is our main output level. All in all, everything we need in a brick wall limiter immediately available. Now let's fire it up and listen to what it can do on a drum bus. I am really impressed with the transparent quality that seems to be inherent in Pro-L. Let's take a few minutes to cycle through the 4 algorithms and listen for the subtle characteristic differences between each one. And I think it would be a whole pile of fun to twiddle with the knobs and slider to see just how far we can push Pro-L before it starts to sound squashed, cluttered, or muddy. It's very cool that Pro-L can also pull double duty as a very capable track clipper due to its extremely fast attack and release timings. I strongly recommend listening through good quality headphones. Transparent versus punchy. At these moderate settings, the differences between the algorithms is subtle. Nevertheless, they are individual and distinct. Pro-L sounds great at its default non-oversampled settings. Let's enable oversampling and find out what that can do for us. (2x) oversampling, and moving on to the punchy algorithm. And continuing on to dynamic. And rounding it out, here is the all-rounder. I'm very keen to hear the difference between 2x and 4x oversampling. And again, Pro-L is using the transparent algorithm. A very necessary and helpful feature that is built into FabFilter Pro-L is this, the Intersample peak detection. Let's turn it off, drive our input level up a substantial amount, and listen without Intersample peak enabled. You see that the signal is not going beyond the threshold that we have set in our output level. Now, with Intersample peak enabled, we see that we're going into the red. The output level of the Intersample peaks is actually stronger than the amount of volume output that we are looking for. And so, adjusting our look ahead really doesn't seem to make much difference. Now, if we enable 2x oversampling, let's find out how it deals with the levels. Much better results. It's still overshooting a little bit, but not by a lot. Switching between the different algorithms really doesn't seem to affect the intersample peak detection very much one way or the other. I do find that listening to any source through the all-rounder algorithm does seem to retain a nice warm bottom end. Okay, I know, we would never actually drive a brick wall limiter into these extreme ranges, except maybe if we were using it for an obvious deliberate effect. And obviously, we could hear the effect. Now, let's take it a step further and drive it all the way up to its maximum, plus 30 dB. I'm fascinated with how clean Pro-L remains even while it is being driven at such extreme levels. Next up, let's listen to how it fares off processing a full mix. I've switched over to Acoustica's Mixcraft Pro Studio 6 and I've loaded up the included sample project Rapunzel by Ben Hale. All of the individual track levels were pretty hot the way they were delivered from Acoustica, as they were bundled with the DAW, so I've done a considerable amount of gain staging to bring them down to industry standard levels. Right now we're listening to this project without any additional processing being applied on the master bus. I'm at the fate of your high command. I never thought I'd get into this pickle. I never thought I'd get into this jam. A very handy metering utility that is fast and works well, is very accurate, is the one that comes bundled with T-Rack's Custom Shop, the free version from IK Multimedia. For general purpose applications, I like to set the loudness suggestion level to blues. I think that's most suitable for pop, country, light rock, and in particular this song. Repeating the chorus without processing. Now let's activate Pro-L and start tweaking a few settings and see what it can do on the master bus of this song. After listening carefully for a little bit, let's investigate and experiment with the transient controls. Let's cycle through the algorithm, starting with transparent. And comparing it back to the dynamic algorithm. Arguably, the best general purpose algorithm out of the four is the all-round. I really like the control we have over transients in this plugin. There you have it, Pro-L by FabFilter. I had a lot of fun preparing this video presentation, and by my estimation, the plugin certainly lives up to the developer's claims that it is loud and clear, highly transparent, very usable, and a tremendously easy workflow with every amenity that we need in a mastering limiter. I'm Brother Charles of Reviewers Revival, and until I see you again next time, so long, God bless, and thanks for watching.